My mind drifts back for a good number of years. So many that I can't quite remember everything clearly. A lot of folks around here ask me, Mr. James, how did you become an outlaw? When did that happen? I don't have an exact day and time, if that's what you're looking for. I suppose it has something to do with me joining up with Quantrill's Raiders. Now my brother Frank, he joined the Raiders before I did. But of course, Frank tells a lot of stories. But when he started talking about the kind of money he was seeing, I decided to investigate.
Hey, Bill. Got somebody I'd like you to meet.
Ah, fresh blood.
This here's Jesse James.
Jesse, you got a brother that rides with me?
Yeah, that's Frank.
Does he know you want to join up with us?
Now, we don't let no one stand in our way.
Those who ride with us, stay with us.
About the only time they leave is when they're dead.
I don't have no plans for leaving.
Whether you do or don't, there's one very important thing to keep in mind.
What is that?
Don't ever betray us.
That's the number one rule.
No matter how long you've been with us, no matter how much you've done with us, if you betray us,
You're dead.
I understand.
you going out with Bill tomorrow.
Yeah, where are we going?
Got some errands to run.
When you get back, if you make it back, you can sit in our meeting with us tomorrow evening.
You can call me old-fashioned, but with a few hours to spare, I wanted to talk to my mama and see my girlfriend.
I heard you was talking to Bud Shirley's sister, Maybelle.
She likes to call herself Bill.
She can call herself whatever she wants. Just be careful.
What do you mean?
You better treat her right, or her brother will tear you in half.
Don't worry, I will.
Here comes Quantrill now. Let's see what he's talking about.
Well, Mr. James, looks like you made it through the first night with us.
No, I went home.
How the hell did you do that? You can't be that fast.
Yeah, I can.
Lieutenant, please understand that I thoroughly appreciate the work you've been doing here in Missouri.
Thank you, sir. We've been busy.
However, you and I both wear the same uniform, but most of the men in your group do not,
Yes, sir. The vast majority of the men are militia.
including Bill Anderson.
Yes, sir. He fancies himself a militia commander.
Mm-hmm. I've heard a lot about him.
I imagine so. He's made quite a name for himself.
Lieutenant, his tactics can be troublesome.
Well, sir, he doesn't exactly play by the same rules as you and I understand them.
So I've heard. You and Anderson make a good team. You get things done.
I'm glad you see it that way, sir.
What I do not want to do is have to disassociate your entire group from the CSA.
Well, how can we avoid that, sir?
Attack more military targets.
Well, Mr. Anderson, he isn't fond of doing that.
Well, we're at war with the military, not civilians. And that's why I'm here.
I'll have a talk with him. Perhaps we can choose targets that have a dual purpose.
I would appreciate that, Lieutenant.
Anything happen while I was gone?
Yeah, couple of rustlers picking a fight with Bill here.
You know the drill. They're getting restless.
Looking for something big, I imagine.
That's right. What you got for us?
General's looking for more military, fewer civilians.
That's what they're always looking for.
Well, Bill, I told him I'd talk to you about this, so I'm talking to you about this.
Well, I love my boys, but they're all rustlers and thieves.
Look, Bill, I don't want the Confederate Army disassociating from us because of these tactics.
What exactly do you want me to stop?
Just back off the brutality against the civilians.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. My part of Missouri's been hit real hard by them Jayhawkers.
Even before there was a Confederate Army.
Them Jayhawkers will hang a boy, stop the hanging, then hang him again just for laughs. The little children had the bottom of their feet burned off just so they can't fight.
Well, that's what war does.
But there was no war. They brought it here.
Here's what I have. The next target is military.
Just military?
There's a town close, as usual.
So you hit the soldiers, and I'll hit the town.
Fine. You just remember what I told you.
I'll do the best I can.
Halt! Give them a volley quickly and then get out of here.
Colonel Rogers. Colonel Coltrane. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Look at you, a full-bird colonel now.
Oh, you'll be getting here soon enough.
I'm perfectly fine as a captain.
I figure. Higher the rank, tougher it's going to be.
Not necessarily so. The higher the rank, the more officers you have in your command. All wanting to do exactly what you tell them.
And you are speaking from experience or speculation?
Experience, of course.
Why am I not surprised to find you in a saloon?
This is no longer a saloon. This is where we held the military tribunals. So, Anthony, you asked to see me.
Yes, sir. As you know, I pride myself on following orders, even orders from you.
I imagine you are referring to General Ewing's General Order Number 10.
Yes. The arrest of anyone providing aid or comfort to Confederate guerrillas.
And what is your problem with this?
Stephen, you're referring to half the state of Missouri.
I believe you overestimate things, Anthony.
Stephen, this is unenforceable.
Anthony, this is how General Ewing believes we will find Quantrill and his band of butchers, his so-called raiders. Of course, we're not going to arrest everyone that this applies to.
What you have to understand, Stephen, is that even with limited enforcement, you're going to run out of places to put people very quickly.
If that occurs, then I will bring it up with General Ewing.
So, Yanks are mobilizing all over this part of the state. Yank general named Ewing, he's ordered anybody giving us any kind of help to be arrested.
And what does that mean exactly?
They've been picking up wives and sisters of militia up and down these counties.
I got good information. They're headed this way.
Where'd you come by that information?
Bud Shirley's sister Maybelle?
She likes being called Belle.
Whatever.
She knows everybody. I mean everybody.
I'm gonna get a hold of Miss Lena, see if she can get a safe house.
So just who's going to be staying in this safe house?
My sisters and any other ladies that want to go.
Helena! It's good to see you, Emmeline. But I have a situation I really need to talk to you about.
Must be important.
First, how has business been?
Abominable. I have not rented a room in 2 months.
This war is madness. It affects everything.
If it continues, I'm afraid I shall have to close.
Well, what I have for you may help a bit.
Do tell.
I have been picking up refugees from refugee camps and taking them to safe havens all over.
Don't these camps provide at least a temporary respite from this calamity?
They don't have much security, if any.
So you want me to take in a band of refugees? What is the composition of this party?
Only 3 very young girls.
Are they able to pay?
I have been entrusted with payment for them for a week.
So they have a benefactor?
Yes.
Is this benefactor Confederate?
Emmeline, these young girls can't help that they're from Missouri.
I am an abolitionist. You know that.
They have lost everything. Their homes, their families. They have hardly anything other than the clothes on their back. They're victims.
When would you want to bring them here?
Tomorrow, mid-afternoon, if that's acceptable.
All right. I can make them a good supper. Let them feel that something's right in the world.
Thank you. May they refer to you as Miss Emmeline?
Of course. Are they here?
Yes, may they come in and introduce themselves?
Of course.
Charity McCorkle Kerr. Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Charity.
Josephine Anderson.
Josephine.
Jenny Anderson. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Jenny.
Welcome, ladies. Supper will be ready shortly.
Helena, I do hope you can stay.
I can stay for dinner, but I have to leave right after. Ladies, you are in for a treat. Let's discuss the arrangements after dinner.
This is delicious.
Thank you, Charity. I hope everyone ate her fill.
Miss Emmeline, would you like some help in the kitchen after supper?
I would appreciate that, Josephine.
Listen to the sergeant and be quiet.
Did you not hear me? Sit down.
Sit down, Missy.
What is the meaning of this?
You're all under arrest.
Why?
Violation of General Order Number 10.
Please explain General Order Number 10.
General Order Number 10 orders the arrest of anyone giving aid or comfort to Confederate guerrillas.
This is straight from General Ewing.
Do these ladies look like soldiers? They are refugees seeking to escape guerrillas on both sides.
Wrong! They are here to escape us!
These are refugees from Quantrill's camp.
What?
Have you heard the name, Quantrill?
Yes.
Have you heard the name Bloody Bill Anderson?
Yes.
Who here bears the name Anderson?
Uh-huh. There we go.
So here's the way it is. We got a wagon gonna be here in maybe 10 minutes. So until then, the private and I have not eaten since breakfast, so we are gonna partake. This is some fine chicken. I commend the cook. I assume that's you?
You two are intruders.
You might want to hold off provoking the sergeant, ma'am.
That's some good advice. Y'all might want to finish your meal, because everybody here is going with us.
I am not a Confederate. My son is serving in the Union Army, and I am an abolitionist.
Of course you are.
Everybody needs to eat up while you got a couple of minutes.
Don't underestimate the private here, ladies. He's a damn fine shot. Bill, the Yanks raided that safe house. They got your sisters.
What? Where'd they take them?
Toward Kansas City. That's all we know.
What do you want us to do, Bill?
William, I don't care how you do this.
What do you need?
You get a letter to that Yankee general.
Ewing.
Tell him if he don't release my sisters, we're gonna burn Kansas City to the ground!
Bill, between you and me, we got maybe 300 fellas. That's a lot, but it's not 3,000. That's what we need to do what you want to do.
Fine. Jesse, talk to Miss Shirley for me.
Belle.
Yes, Belle. Tell her to do the best she can to find out what happened to my sisters.
Will do.
William, if you don't mind, work with that military experience of yours. See what you can find out.
All right, get on in there.
What kind of place is this?
It's a big old house. Nobody lives here anymore. Well, where you're going, so get on in here and keep your mouth shut. So come on in. Please understand, ladies, there are armed guards surrounding this house all night. You may have to move to another location tomorrow night. I highly suggest that you get some rest. Morris?
Ladies, this fabric here is clean. Mostly anyway. I'm going to give you each one to sleep with tonight so you don't have to sleep directly on this dusty floor.
It won't be that cold tonight. Y'all will be fine.
Do I have to sleep on the floor as well?
Go to that room over there. I'm going to let you stay in here, but I need you to help me.
How so?
I need you to keep these girls inside. If they run out, these troops might shoot them.
I'll do the best I can. Can Emmeline stay in here also?
Now, is that the boarding house lady?
Yes.
Probably not.
I don't like this place, Josephine.
I don't like it either, Jenny.
I have to go outside.
You can't. There's too many soldiers.
I have to use the privy.
Sergeant, my sister needs to go outside.
She ain't going outside.
She has to do her business. She has to. She has to go.
There's a bucket right back there. I suggest you make use of it.
I can't.
You can't be serious. That's uncivilized.
Well, that's what you got. Welcome to jail, ladies.
There ain't no reason why one of you can't take her to use the facilities.
Hell yeah, there's a reason. I said no. That is the reason.
Don't worry, Jenny. I'll get you out of here. I guarantee it.
You know I can hear you, miss. Right? Mars! Get my damn chain!
What?
You cannot put a chain on this young lady.
Can't. I'll put a damn chain on every one of them if I see fit. Don't you move another step. You think this is funny?
You ever heard of Bloody Bill Anderson?
Yeah. Lowlife outlaw reb.
Uh-huh. Well, he's gonna hear about how you treated me.
Oh. Well, you're being treated, it's gonna get a whole lot worse if you don't shut the hell up.
This girl's gonna need food in a little while.
Yeah. I'll go talk to the other sergeant, see what I can find. More refugees coming in. They're putting them upstairs. More troops too.
What's the matter, Jenny?
What do you think it is?
People upstairs. Sounds like soldiers.
Jenny, try not to move.
I can't feel my legs, Miss Helena.
Jenny, just try to stay still, sweetheart. I'm going after help.
Hold on now.
It's all right, Private.
Excuse me, are you the commanding officer?
Colonel Coltrane, what can I help you with?
I am trying to get to my son in Lawrence. He's a federal recruit.
Give me 1 minute to talk to this soldier, and I'll be right back with you. 1 minute. Where's Sergeant Case?
He's sleeping somewhere, I'd imagine. He was up most of the night arguing with the girls.
The girls? You mean those two ladies over there?
Somewhat, but mostly he was arguing with these teenage girls we were holding in the house last night.
This was a house? What exactly happened here, Private?
Well, we brought the prisoners in yesterday afternoon.
These ladies and the girls you were talking about, they were the prisoners?
Yes.
Why were they prisoners?
Sergeant Case said something about General Order Number 10.
General Ewing.
Yes, I believe so, sir.
When exactly did this happen?
The prisoners were taken into this building late afternoon. And sometimes around midnight, another group of prisoners was taken in. And they was housed in the level above the group with these girls.
Was that group also on account of General Order Number 10?
I don't know, sir.
So what happened next?
Sometime in the middle of the night, the whole thing collapsed.
So the top level collapsed on the bottom level group. The group that got here in the afternoon.
That's right.
How many of these girls were injured?
All of them, really. 4 of them didn't make it.
They didn't have a chance. They were chained to the walls like animals. They didn't have a chance.
Is that true, Private?
Well, some of the girls were causing a bit of trouble. The sergeant was thinking they might want to run.
Where exactly were these girls from?
We had evidence they were from Quantrill's camp.
For crying out loud. Private, do not talk about this to anyone. Do you understand?
I understand, sir.
I'm gonna talk to these ladies over here.
All right. Why were you ladies with these girls?
I'm just a wagon driver. I was paid to take these ladies to a boarding house owned by my cousin.
Did you have any indication that these girls were from Quantrill's camp?
Absolutely not. All I knew is that they were paying customers, and I needed paying customers.
I understand. A few minutes ago you said something about your son and Lawrence.
Yes, he's a recruit in your army. I am certainly not from Quantrill's camp. I am an abolitionist.
All right. I can arrange transportation for you to Lawrence. If your story checks out, you will only be allowed to stay with your son. You will not be allowed to leave, at least until we can check this out.
That will be fine.
That was a terrible, terrible thing that happened to those young ladies in Kansas City.
Yes, sir. Bill Anderson's going to be chomping at the bit about that one. He had 2 sisters in that building that collapsed.
Retaliation is in order.
That's my thinking as well, sir. But it needs to be big.
Tell me something, Lieutenant. Are you formulating a plan of some sort?
Yes, I am. What do you think about Lawrence, Kansas?
Home of those murderers and people who raped the countryside here.
And a large federal contingent.
Well, tell me something. How much of your group do you think would be willing to become involved?
Everyone, sir.
It would have to be very well organized.
Strike and run? We're very adept at such things.
Well, then, if your target is Lawrence, you got my blessing.
What'd you find out, fellas?
Bell said the Yanks, they arrested everyone in Emmeline's boarding house.
They were taken to a big house in Kansas City. Yanks were using it for a holding pen.
They got your sisters, and Miss Helena and Emmeline.
Sometime in the middle of the night, That building collapsed. The youngest one, 13-year-old.
Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny. She's hurt pretty bad, but she's still alive.
What about Josephine?
Yeah. She didn't make it, Bill.
Gotta get 'em, Bill.
I've got approval for a raid on Lawrence. Big military presence and a big civilian population.
You don't tell me what to do in Lawrence. When I see a blue coat, that man in that coat is dead.
Anthony, what happened with those incarcerated young ladies was an unfortunate accident.
Yes, it was. Once General Ewing is informed of this, do you believe that General Order Number 10 will be modified?
I wouldn't speculate on it.
Fine, Stephen, don't speculate. What do you think is going to happen?
I believe I can convince General Ewing that we should return those unfortunate young ladies to their families.
I have a major concern, Stephen.
That is?
Retribution.
This is war, Anthony. Retribution is a daily occurrence.
I'm sure you're right, but the nature of this group...
This group being Quantrill's raiders.
Yes, Quantrill's raiders. You can't imagine that they're not going to strike back.
Anthony, you have been in the military long enough. You know how these things work. It's necessary sometimes to do things such as this to rout these vermin out.
Good to see you, son.
How was your journey?
Tiring.
Tiring.
Do you have some room for your dear mother for a few days until I can find something more suitable?
Of course. Are you hungry?
I am famished.
I hope army rations are okay.
They will be just fine.
do you think's burning out there, Jonas?
I don't know, but I really hope it's just drills. Be careful, Mother. That man's wearing a Confederate uniform.
I can see that.
Why are you wearing that uniform, boy? You a soldier?
Yes, sir, but just a recruit.
He's only been with the Army a few weeks.
Who is this young man to you, ma'am?
He's my son.
And you approve of this uniform?
Yes, I do.
What weapons do you have, boy?
I'm unarmed.
That doesn't matter.
Quantrill!
Yes.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm interrogating these people. What's it look like?
You know why we're here. So mind the business you come here for.
Wait! This boy has done nothing to harm you.
You jayhawkers killed my sister! You took him down to this rundown old warehouse in Kansas City!
Later that night, the building collapsed on them.
My sister Josephine was killed and she was only 15 years old! My sister Jenny got both of her legs broke and she was only 13! Do this.
Oh, no! No, Jonas. No. You did not have to do this!
So you think it's about time we headed out, Bill?
We need to cut out while the cutting's good.
You got all your boys together?
We done what we come here to do.
Bill?
Yeah?
Don't ever cross me in front of the men again.
Why are you doing this? These are good people.
On account of what they done to us.
Well, Lieutenant, that was a hell of a raid, but I have heard there was some problems with your organization.
A lot of the men have left, sir. Anderson took his group. Really not sure where.
Looks like I'll be moving on as well.
Really?
Yep, gonna help put together another army in Mississippi. That's where I used to be stationed.
I got a lot of friends in southern Kentucky.
You go talk with those friends in southern Kentucky. Talk with them and head down south and look me up, because we need people like you.
You think you could use an officer like me, sir?
Well, you're industrious, Lieutenant. We need officers like you. Might even bump you up to captain to start with.
Well, I'll definitely take that into consideration, sir.
Just got a piece of intelligence in that you might find interesting.
Yes, sir.
There's a small village south of Kansas City, where the Yanks quarter some of their relations when they're not in camp. These are the same troops that carried out General Order Number 10.
You think you could get me a detailed map of this area?
It will be my pleasure.
Would you mind showing me the exact location of that village?
Anthony, when we were at West Point, did you ever think it would be like this?
I don't think either of us did, Stephen.
We figured that we'd be going to war, but I figured it would be with Mexico, which it was, or some other country.
I had dreams of fighting in Europe.
Instead, we are prolonging this war in the United States.
So I understand you wanted to talk to me about something today.
Yes. Now General Ewing has General Order Number 11.
It only affects 4 Missouri counties on the Kansas border.
So now my men are to assist the Jayhawkers in evicting thousands of civilians from their homes in those counties.
Unfortunately, you are correct.
This will leave hundreds of empty farms scattered across the landscape, and what happens to them?
They are to be burned to the ground.
Stephen, what kind of campaign is this?
It's called total warfare.
My men will not be pleased leaving their families behind while we're out enforcing this.
They're soldiers, damn it. They'll obey orders and do as they're told. Oh, and the next time you see me, you might be addressing me as Brigadier General.
Why the bump?
Rumor has it that Quantrill has left the area and his men are scattered now.
What about Bloody Bill?
He's still causing trouble, but now I hear he's taken up with someone called James.
I've heard that name. Jesse James. We're going to have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, we will.
Stop! I know what happened. My husband is Lieutenant Hendricks. I know what happened with the young ladies in the building that collapsed. Doing this isn't going to bring them back or help them recover. I don't think you understand.
me. My husband is not a soldier. He is a carpenter. We would never raise arms against your people. We are a peaceful people. I am a volunteer at the field hospitals. We have treated many of your comrades who got wounded. We would never.
What are you doing? Are you crazy? The soldiers have left. There's only women and children here. They're gonna hunt every one of you down.
you ain't pulled that trigger yet. I reckon you want to make some kind of arrangement.
Nah. I just wanted you to know that I was there that day.
What day would that be?
You killed a lot of people that day. You went into the saloon, and then you went upstairs, and you killed everyone on this earth that I cared for.
Well, if you kill me, my boys will hunt you down. Wherever you are, slaughter you.
That's part of your legend, ain't it? Well, your legend just died.
That was the end of Quantrill's raiders. I was thinking of staying with Bloody Bill's unit, but they were all over the map. I decided to go my own way. I figured hopefully, down the road, folks would remember me for the things I did.
I'm just a poor, wayfaring stranger. I'm traveling through this world below. There is no sickness, toil, nor danger in that world to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I know dark clouds will gather o'er me. I know my pathways rough and steep, but golden fields lie out before me, where weary eyes no more shall weep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I want to sing salvation story in concert with the blood-washed band. I want to wear a crown of glory when I get home to that good land. I'm going there to see my brothers. They passed before me one by one. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'll soon be free from every trial. This form will rest beneath the sod. I'll drop the cross of self-denial and enter in my home with God. I'm going there to see my Savior, who shed for me his precious blood. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going